Hello and welcome to Church Street Park here for day 2 of the Super 8s in the Atlantic Conference. It's the New Jersey Stallions taking on the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers, and I want to take you straight to the middle and see what happened at that toss between these two Eastern Conference sides. Toss time here at Church Street Park. I have the two captains alongside me, Jesse Singh of the New Jersey Stallions, Najaf Shah of the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers, and our third umpire for the day. Jesse, you've got the coin in hand. Give it a flip when you're ready. The call is ahead, and it's run away from us. So, Mr. Third Umpire, you got to get on your horse there. And it's come down a heads as well.
What is it? Tails.
Oh, it's come down tails.
We won the toss.
You said heads or tails? It's coming down tails. Okay. Jesse, you've won the toss.
We will bowl first.
You said you're going to bowl first. Tell me why.
I think wicket gets better in the second inning, and given the conditions yesterday, we're going based on the wicket how I played yesterday. I feel like there still might be a bit of moisture from all the rain, and wicket was covered. We'll probably look to maximize that first half an hour of it, and see what we can get out of the wicket, and look to put up a less total for us on the board to chase.
Yeah, disappointing day for you yesterday. What lessons have you learned to bring in today?
Yeah, I think the boys, sort of analyzed it yesterday after the game, and everybody realized where we messed up the game. I think it was all about soaking up the pressure in the middle when we lost a couple of wickets, and that rebuilding phase, we didn't really do well in that, couple of overs. We lost, back-to-back wickets. So we couldn't really capitalize after that. Today it's a new day, obviously, new game, and we'll look to start refresh and, look to do the things the right way.
Any changes in your side today?
We have one change. Raman Veer goes out and Aman Patel comes in.
There you go. Well, good luck today, Jesse.
Thank you.
Najaf, tough luck with the toss. Had you won it, what did you want to do and why?
Plan was to bowl first, bat first. But again, you can't control the toss, and I believe the condition will remain same, so it won't change much. So it doesn't matter we are bowling first or batting first. Okay, we have to play good cricket to win the match. Simple.
And Jesse said he was going to bowl first, right? So you're going to bat anyway, so no toss needed.
Correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Any changes from your side today?
Yes. Asad goes in and Waleed is out. One change.
Well, there you go. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Now, Jeff, well, that is the word from the middle. It is those New Jersey Stallions who have won a toss, and they've elected to have a bowl. So you heard it there first. It is the Stallions who've won the toss. They've elected to have a bowl, which is no surprise in these morning games. Typically at Church Street Park, you want to bowl first. I'm Aman Patel, joined by Nate Hayes, as always. And Nate, this is an important game. While most will consider that it is these two that are out of the Super 8s, they're not. If one wins with a big margin today, with games happening on Saturday, there is still an outside chance for one of these two Eastern Division teams to make it over the line.
Well, just look at what we had yesterday. East Bay Blazers could have snuck into the final if things had gone just a little bit different, just a couple balls different, and we thought that they were kind of just about eliminated heading into that last night's game. So anything can happen. You can't count anything out.
Opening pair remains unchanged for the Somerset Cavaliers. Kanar Lewis, Chandrapal Hemraj, both of whom would have just been disappointed with the way they played yesterday. Weren't able to get off to big starts. Saw them bogged down for runs as well. And it won't get easier, the challenge with this pace attack of New Jersey Stallions. That'll feature, to start off, Stephen Wigg from the Shiloh end with a slip in place. Curiously enough, Nate, we saw Stephen Wigg get one over and was immediately taken off yesterday. I was talking to Jesse Singh about that decision. He said that, Stephen had been dealing with a fever a couple of days ago and felt he just didn't see Stephen maybe in his best self. And the captain, Jesse Singh's looking for his premier seamer to be up and firing.
Well, even if they had just saved him for later in the innings, that would have made sense too.
Worked away. First runs for the Cavaliers.
And those are Kanar's first runs today, and that gives him 992 on his minor league career. So he's just 8 runs away from a milestone in minor league cricket.
It's been brilliant to see all the milestones that have been reached throughout the season. We saw Sujit Gowda become the first cricketer to get to 2,000 minor league runs. We saw Sarbjeet Ludda, the first to get to 100 wickets. We saw Fani Samhadri join him in that stratosphere as well.
It's been a great season. I mean, we're 5 seasons in now to minor league cricket. This is where you're going to reach some of these fun milestones. We now have 2 batters with 2,000 runs as Shehan Jayasuriya joined just the other day. 2,028 runs for him for the Silicon Valley Strikers all-timer.
It's remarkable, Nate, that the 4 names that we would just have mentioned, none of them are in Major League Cricket.
It is remarkable. Absolutely.
It shows just the tremendous depth that is a part of minor league cricket and the American cricket ecosystem, and they get an opportunity to play against the very best and even shine against those major leaguers that we hold in such a high regard.
And it asks some fun questions that you and I can throw around up until the next draft. You know, who's going to be the next guy taken? Will some of these players find their way back in? All 4 of the ones we mentioned have played in Major League Cricket. I imagine some of them will make their way in.
We heard from Kenar Lewis the other day about his approach in the power play. He wants to go big early, and then he feels as if here at Church Street Park, or just in general, that's when you can consolidate. You go in your 6s to 8s and over, and then after that, in the last 5, you're looking at 50 to 60. But so far, his intent hasn't matched his output.
Well, and not just him. A lot of guys have struggled in the power play here in the 2 games yesterday, and that has a lot to do with the quality of the bowling that we're seeing.
Connects beautifully. Kenar Lewis, that's the output we're looking for.
Well, that's a big one. That's a way to get going today for Kenar. What a shot there. 7 off 4 so far. And we've got ball finding committee hard at work already.
Kenar Lewis gets in. There'll be plenty of balls sent all around the ground. Does well there to follow the maze up until the playground. But you see that little bit of inward movement covered this time from Kenar. Felt on the previous delivery. Just lost his shape. This time just went with the delivery.
Yeah, you have to be so good to bowl in the power play with a batter like Kenar Lewis staring down at you. And you have to be very accurate. You only have 2 outside of the circle, and Kenar loves to send it far.
Same area and same result. Even better from Kenar Lewis.
What a shot there. What a shot from Kenar Lewis. He is past his 1,000 runs in minor league cricket now with that one. Hit it so far. He skipped right over 1,000. Look at that. Look how far he hit that. Gonna have to go down the trail to get that one. They're gonna have to call the Parks and Rec department to bring out a search party here in Morrisville. And we'll get it back in here soon.
Well, he's done well. Look, his back-to-back, he's had to put the umbrella down and go get it because Kenar Lewis is going after Stephen Wigg on a length, slightly back of it, but he can stand and deliver stuff, and that went as high as it did long.
I want to trade in the umbrella for a fishing net there on a pole. Get a little bit of free labor here at Church Street Park from the spectators. And Jesse Singh's going to take the ball from the other end now. Come on, this is a very good start for New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers here. 14 on the first over. And Hemorrhage is going to want to join the party too.
The close of over 1, 14 for none is Jesse Singh now. comes in with the ball in hand. Yeah, Jesse Singh was brilliant yesterday. Nate, you'll think of the delivery to Kunwarjit Singh and to Mukhtar Ahmed. 2 early wickets. He'll need them today.
Yeah, that one to Kunwarjit. Looking up here at this lefty.
Yeah, and we saw a good movement from Jesse Singh yesterday, and that's the real key to it, the left-hander, where he's been finding his success. He comes around the wicket, looking to use his angle to his advantage.
He sure does. He got some serious swing yesterday. Yeah, the one to Kunwarjit standing out in my mind. I'm sure Hamaraj saw that one as a lefty bat. But he ought to also know very well what Jesse Singh's capable of. There you see it right there.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about knowing what Jesse Singh's capable of, I was talking to Jesse earlier, and he was saying how, past couple of years it's been these 2 New Jersey teams to come out of the Eastern Division. Initially we saw the Titans franchise get out of there, and we've seen some others represent, but it's been all about the Cavaliers and the Stallions for the last couple of years. So these are two sides that are very familiar with one another. Tremendous movement out of the hands.
Very good movement, and the line that he's starting that movement on makes it so difficult to pick up. We saw a big banana swing yesterday. That one was coming from well wide. These are not. These are coming in quickly, a little bit tighter, and then even tighter after they swing late. The swing is a little bit later today for Jesse Singh.
That time maybe just starting a touch too straight, but we talked about yesterday how it's so interesting that you look up in the East and you think about all the spinners that have success, but the Stallions, their most successful bowlers have been their 2 opening seamers.
Well, and that goes back a ways. They've had a lot of depth in their fast bowling throughout their history. I remember 2022, they had Manoj Acharya, and there was a time there where in certain conditions they had to make a choice between Stephen Wigg and Manoj Acharya.
Yeah.
And that's how deep they were. Both of those names well known in minor league cricket with very good success.
Fielder, just watch it sail over your head, because Kanar Lewis, once he gets onto it, it stays hit.
Well, Kanar is in a hurry today to pile up the runs, and he's off to a phenomenal start, 19 from 6. And who knows how long that ball will keep its shine, getting beat up like this. He's just such a strong individual.
And again, he doesn't really bludgeon the ball when you talk about, it doesn't feel as if he's hitting out of his frame. He utilizes his powerful position and almost has tremendous wrist through the ball.
When you have that kind of muscle mass, it's all about keeping your shape. It's all about technique. If you can do that and add the muscle on top of it, the ball is going to really fly.
This time all along the carpet. Not the classical off drive, but a powerful one.
And you get the sense there the Kanar didn't even catch all of this one as it goes for 4 runs. But my goodness, did it come back quick to the non-strikers end. And that's a great way to end the second over. New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers 25 without loss.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
Sachin Malavarapu, he comes in to replace Stephen Wigg. So same end of the ground, same situation, and same field set as yesterday to a left-hander.
And Sachin, we know how good he is. He's been a regular in minor league cricket, a regular contributor to this team, at times starring for them to help them win games. So yesterday was probably just a fluke.
Yeah, and also you just consider the situation. There was really no pressure on Kunrajit Singh to play the spin. He could just wait out, and probably Sachin was just overreaching. Felt that he might have been trying to force his hand rather than bowling his best delivery.
And Kanar, the 30th member of the 1,000-run club here in minor league cricket, just behind Stephen Taylor's 1,023 runs in the same number of innings, 37 innings. So this being Kanar's 37th inning, if you're matching Stephen Taylor in runs in the same amount of time, then you're really doing something.
Yeah, no question. And he would have played with Stephen Taylor too, remember? A couple seasons ago, back in 2023, as a member of that Atlanta Fire side. Goodbye, Kanar Lewis. Just picks out the lone fielder and made it look very simple on the boundary.
Well, that'll be the end of Kanar Lewis, and he won't reach Stephen Taylor's numbers today. But what a speedy contribution he had here. We've seen some slow power plays at Church Street Park recently. This one's been going quickly, but Kanar's going to go back. He'll have wanted to do more damage, but they are off to a great start, 26 with a loss of 1 here in the third over.
Nice. New man in, Christian. When you talk about Kanar Lewis, what he did, okay, he's out early, but he's done his job. Able to get in 23 quick runs. Now it's not the runs you pile on, it's the wickets that you hold on to. From here it feels, okay, go 6 and over for the rest of the power play, get yourself up towards 40, and you're in business, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what you want to do here at Church Street Park. You got to think, get close to 50 runs in the power play here without losing another wicket. You're more than halfway there.
Single to close, over 3, 27 for 1.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
More Jesse Singh to continue. So this will be his second. Remember, he bowled 3 in a row yesterday, Nate. Be curious to see if he does that again.
Well, I think barring anything extra interesting in this over, I think he might.
How about that as an interesting delivery to start the over. Continuously rising, even passed through to the keeper.
Well, Kevin Christian came in at number 6 yesterday, scored 11 from 20. I think they want to give him some time in the middle to get his eye in here. ease in, but it's tough to ease in when you're seeing deliveries like that. And boy, did Mailabarapu really reel this back for the New Jersey Stallions, not just with the wicket, but 2 runs on the whole over.
Yeah, especially when you consider Stephen Wigg went expensive, Jesse Singh went a touch expensive as well. Only 8, but the boundary, you felt like Kanar Lewis was really looking for a big 50.
They were going at 12.5 and over, and all of a sudden it's down to 9, and even lower now with these 2 dot balls from Jesse Singh.
And Jesse Singh's a tough customer to put away as well. When you talk about this over feels much better in terms of his starting length. He's found that good length, and he's found the ability to get that extra bit of bounce as well. Important for the Stallions team to have this man firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, absolutely. We see him, his ability to swing the ball, and now he's gone a little bit shorter. And that's 4 in a row, 4 dots in a row on the over for Jesse Singh, and it has been time to put the brakes on right now, it seems, for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, the Cavaliers, through their regular season, lost 2 games, both to the Stallions. And for me, the kind of big themes, obviously there were close matches there, but the big themes were this is a team that deals in boundaries. They don't rotate quite as well as they need to, and when you come to Church Street Park, you have to be able to rotate strike, and that'll be their Achilles heel straight through these Super 8s. Just away. Just enough work for the keeper to do to keep that out of his gloves. I would have thought Jesse Singh might have gone to a Yorker, just given the fact that Christian was continuously up on his toes. But now over to Chandrapal Hemraj, Nate. This is a man who's represented multiple sides in the CPL. He's got to be able to perform here.
He's quite the guy. He's quite the performer for this team over the years. In 37 matches, 918 runs. That is a lot of production. That's exactly the same number of matches as Kanar Lewis, Stephen Taylor. So right there in good company, 900 plus runs in the same amount of time. 27 average in minor league cricket for his career. 144 strike rate. Immense.
And I'm not sure this is the time for leaves. I get that you don't want to gift wickets to Jesse Singh, but that feels like too easy of a delivery to leave. Close of over 4, 28 for 1.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
A second for Sachin Mailabarapu. Makes sense. And that's why it does. Because he gets straight through to off stump and he's got a roar.
He's got that mighty roar. He's always done that. I love watching Sachin take wickets here. Unfortunately, Christian probably doesn't. What a delivery there from Sachin. This is the Sachin Mailabarapu we know. Yesterday's was just a fluke. Look at this delivery. Right through. Top of off. Beautifully bowled.
Christian goes for just 2. It's 28 for 2 now. Sachin Malavarapu, a customer who very animated, isn't he, Nate?
Oh, yes, he was. We didn't see it on the broadcast, but he was giving the hush sign to Kanar when he got him out earlier. That's 2 wickets now for 2 runs. Sachin Malavarapu, what a great game so far for this guy.
Ali Imran strides out into the middle. He's been one of their more productive batters on the season, their 4th leading run scorer, but it's a big difference from 3 to 4. And they're continuing to prevail with this left-right combination. They didn't yesterday. Would you have thought Gurjapneet Singh at this point, spinner on, let's just, even with 2 left-handers, let's give ourselves the best chance with our best player?
Well, yeah. I think so. I think maybe. I don't know, Sachin is just on a mission today. Just his 3rd run conceded, 10 balls into his quota. The former Singapore under-19.
His lengths have been noticeably improved from yesterday's affair. I thought he was way too full, and I think that went back to him just almost searching and craving wickets rather than getting to a stock ball, which in turn is a very wicket-taking delivery.
Oh, yeah, he's...
I think there was a bump on the way through to Sachin there. Close of over 5, another productive one, just 1 run and the wicket to his name. It's 29 for 2.
Stephen Wigg's going to change ends. He'll take the final over of the power play. Went expensive early on, but Kanar is back in the shed now. It's Ali Imran.
Yeah, maybe not surprised that Jesse Singh doesn't go back to himself, given the fact that Malavarapu picks up a 2nd wicket, and you might have to get to 20 overs. In yesterday's game, there was no chance chasing 90. That game was ever getting to 20 overs, so he felt comfortable with just 1 for himself later on in the day. Here, you know you're going to need yourself come to death. Makes sense.
Yeah, things have changed a lot after those 3 really slow overs. We went 25 without loss in the first 2, and it's only been 5 runs since then in the last 3 overs, so that really frees up Jesse to save himself for later on and get Stephen Wigg back in this game. Wigg's so good for this team in the power play and in the death. And this one's gonna go through. I didn't see a signal of any wide there, Aman.
Yeah, I think he just caught a bit of the pad on the way through here, but Chanderbal Hemraj has to get going. It's been a real tough display with the bat for him, not just in today's innings, but yesterday. You just felt he was stagnant and not flowing the way he needed to. He came out early in warm-ups, got to look at the wicket, had his little hit around, and he's got to now connect and take advantage of somebody.
And he has played here before, and the class of player he is, this is very unexpected. Two innings in a row at this slow rate for Hemraj, for a guy whose career strike rate is 144 in the East Division. You're talking about a division where if you're striking at 127, you're opening people's eyes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's the thing with Chandrapal Hemraj. If he's not getting boundaries, he's got to at least be able to facilitate the singles. And I think for the Stallions, just in general, they have to do a better job of keeping the scoreboard ticking. They deal in far too many dot balls to win at Church Street Park or at Grand Prairie Stadium.
And right now you got Stephen Wigg bowling around the stumps to the righty, Imran. A deep fielder at third man. And at point, deep point. Or sorry, deep square.
Yeah, the field set, it's rather traditional. There's nothing new or inventive. For Ali Imran, it's can I tick it into one of those gaps, push it to third, push it to square leg, push it around the corner to fine. I don't need to be able to find the boundary consistently, but I can't go at 2s and 3s inside the power play.
And they're just going to go another single here. So we haven't had anything more than a single since the second over. In fact, that just the 7th run in this stretch. So starting off the power play with 2 overs and 25 runs here at Church Street Park, what a great job that was. And they've really slowed the brakes down. They haven't even gotten 10 more runs since that span of time. And Amon, it's almost like the first couple of overs of power plays, you kind of have to just discard them as far as how the rest of the innings will go. We've seen a lot of games where it goes slow at the start and then speeds up in the rest of the power play, and this is the opposite. Oh, put down. Oh, put down by Thurton there. He'll have wanted that one. It looked like it would have been a little tough of a catch, but he looked like he should have had that.
Yeah, he'll expect himself to take that one. That's not a catch that he would see hit the ground too often.
You can see here he's got to dive to his left here, but it just goes off the top of the gloves like he's holding a bowl and it rimmed out. And that's the end of the power play. New Jersey Cavaliers 32 with a loss of 2. And Arun Emanuel will start off the middle overs. And Imran will just rotate strike here. Emanuel, we mentioned his action yesterday. It looks like his feet are about to slide out from under him when he delivers. It's a very unique action. Pretty sure I would injure myself if I attempted it.
It's very productive with the 2. Again, it's a similar thing to Aryan Batra. I think it's a great example of where your upper body and your lower body aren't on the same wavelength. But
this one's swatted hard. It's going to be work for Jesse. He can't get there. 4 runs.
this is what Chandrapal Hemraj needed. Again, he's such a good timer of the cricket ball. And so when he just holds his shape and he waits for his delivery, he's able to just access different parts of the ground in a very traditional manner. And you got to take on a bowler, and Anirudh Emanuel, to me, while he's had a real resurgence, he's the bowler I would pick in this New Jersey Stallions lineup.
He took 1 wicket yesterday. Took 3 wickets in his game prior to that last weekend. As you said, he is coming into his own. But you do have to take somebody on, and it may as well be one of the younger guys. And there's going to be a hustle back that throws to the keeper end, but not in time.
And this is perfect. This is what the Cavaliers have to consistently do. You get your boundary, great, but what do you do around the boundaries? They can't be dot balls. They must be ones and twos. Give yourself a chance to get to 140, 150.
So we played through the offside. Just going to be the one. Nope, he's coming back around pretty easily, actually.
Tremendous running. And again, this is what Church Street Park allows that not many grounds in the East allow for. These big pockets where there's always 2 on offer. If you haven't hit it straight to the fielder, if you're running with good intent, you're going to find 2 runs. There's no question.
And a great over here from the Cavaliers coming back into this innings. 10 runs so far, 1 ball to go. Very good fight. The big thing is they're moving. Aside from the 1 boundary, we have 2 singles and 2 twos, so they're running. As you said, Amon, that is a recipe for success here at Church Street Park. And it'll end on a dot ball. New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers coming back a little bit. 42 with a loss of 2 after 7.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So we're going to get some pace bowling from the Cedar Fork end.
Yeah, Nawab Singh has got the ball. He was a 3rd-seamer used yesterday for the Stallions, and they're going to use him yet again.
2 over 16 runs yesterday.
He's an interesting cat. Nawab, you talk about his kind of career before minor league cricket and spent time in Canada. He's been a part of the GT20 for multiple franchises there. And he's had kind of an up and down minor league as well. He hasn't really been utilized in a high manner, just given the fact that, again, those wickets necessarily don't require your seamers, but you come down here to Church Street Park, you need a 3rd-seamer. How many teams do we often say, oh, they're just a seamer short? And the Stallions have recognized that. That's why he's here bowling in the 8th over.
Some movement of the field right now. And the fielder moves mid-wicket. He stops that one right away. Having moved from fine leg to mid-wicket there.
Yeah, and I think when you look at Nawab and his skill set, he hits the deck hard, and he's looking to create some extra bounce. And we've seen this wicket be a great tool for that. So you see the field set with the short cover and the mid-wicket inside the ring up close. They're looking for something to pop up off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely, and you got a deep square, long on, and a deep, fine leg fielder right now. You have a deep third. Looks like deep cover there, deep forward point.
I'm curious to see what the Stallions' plan is here. Are they hunting wickets now? Are they happy with this pair out there in the middle? Yes, two productive bats who've had good seasons, but no Gajnan Singh still in base camp. Are you happy to wait 5 overs to see him and say, okay, we don't get a wicket for 5 overs, great. That's, sucks, but it means we don't get to see Gajnan Singh for 5 less overs.
I think they're trying to contain them here. But I do think, like you said, I think that short delivery is coming. The last one was fuller. And when just a bit back of length, right over the stumps.
Yeah, a little tail in as well. You could see Hemraj just losing his shape a touch, and that's always the real key when you're looking to hit with power. Oftentimes the most powerful strikers of the ball are the ones that are able to hold their shape and play in a very compact manner inside their box. You hear A.B. de Villiers talk about that a lot, how he always feels like he wants to play inside his box. That's where he's in the most control.
Very claustrophobic batting techniques. Unlike baseball. Here we go, final ball of the 8th over. Good one here. Up in the air. What an effort, what a grab. Unbelievable stuff. Tremendous catch by Sai. Sai Sudan, what a great job.
Ridiculous, never easy running backwards, but he got a tail on it straight away, Sudan. Underneath it the whole way, and those are efforts that energize aside. How much energy has he brought to the Stallions right now? Think about the big catches running backwards in the history of the game and what it means to a unit. Bit of extra bounce, high on the bat face like we talked about, and sometimes these can just fall, and these can be the differences in a game. Does a tremendous job and deserves every bit of that celebration there. The 3rd wicket goes down. This time it's Chandrapal Hemraj for 14, 44 for 3 after 8.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
And there's your man, Aman Gajnan Singh, one of the all-time greats in American cricket in general, USA cricket, domestic cricket, minor league cricket, an absolute star. Everybody's favorite, Gajnan Singh. Aman, going back to that catch, that incredible catch, it was just, that was just an absolute concentration catch. Let's take a look at it again right here.
Yeah, ridiculous. Again, running backwards, you can be in great position, but even then, you've got to time everything perfectly. And so many times you see that go down.
And back to the action here. This one swatted directly at point off of one bounce and fielded cleanly there. Sai Sudan, a busy guy. What an amazing concentration catch that was with the one hand, with the left hand.
And the big piece of that also is, again, if you don't take that, no one is going to sit there and say, oh, you've made a blunder. You've done everything you could. You got into a position, and it didn't come to hand. But those are momentum-shifting type plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got 3 dot balls immediately to follow here as Imran struggles to get off strike to get Gajanan Singh down to the striker end. Just out of the reach for the proper paddle sweep, and it just nicked over everybody. 4 runs.
Yeah, Manuel's quick through the air, so there's pace on offer, no slip, a very wide fielder at third, and great adjustment from Imran at the end. It's not how exactly the doctor ordered it up, but it's 4 runs nonetheless.
He just nudged that just over the keeper. Kind of an entertaining shot there. They'll take the 4 runs no matter how they get them. They're going to want more of this creativity from Imran, if that's what it takes. You can see the Stallions buzzing in the field right now, talking to each other. Once again, this one stopped in the circle. And Anaruda Manuel's got himself a decent over right now. Only 4 runs conceded. 1 ball to go. Ron will play this for 1, keep strike, and that's the end of 9. 49 for a loss of 3.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
And the wobble stay on from the Cedar Fork end.
Important for the Cavaliers here to not let the wicket of Hemraj bog them down. 49 for 3, still in a decent position.
Good delivery there.
And there's got to be real recognition of what you're looking to get. You're not after 200, you're not after 180. What you're after is 130 to 150. So with 50 runs in the 9 overs, you get it to 55 and 10. At that point, you're in a position to accelerate into a 130.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but with Gajanan Singh out there, anything is possible. And that's certainly something he's capable of, and more. But Gajanan Singh's going to have to get on strike here. Imran's had a tough time getting to the other end the last couple of overs.
Like we said, the biggest thing that's contaminated this Cavaliers team has been their dot ball percentage is incredibly high. They deal in so many boundaries in the East and smaller grounds, and it's impressive, to say the least, on those services, the way they hit the ball, but they don't capitalize on singles and doubles. So they have to find a way to not soak up 2 or 3 dot balls every over.
This one's getting a big appeal. The umpire nods his head, and he's gone. The question was there any bat involved? Because it was plumb. If there wasn't, he was definitely out.
Well, it sounded like there were 2 noises, but it's unclear what those noises were on the way through. It'd be very interesting to get a look at this replay. Again, our umpires have been brilliant. They have the best view. And I'm not sure if that would have gone on to hit leg stump even.
That's a close one, actually. It looked very plumb in real time to me. I'm going to take another look at this as Imran departs.
49 for 4. Yeah, very curious to see that decision. Was it out? Was it not out? We'll have to wait and see. Again, I think the noise question, I think the bat scraped the ground is what it looked like on that first replay. For us now, it's more so, where was this impacting? Where was it heading? I reckon that might have hit him outside the leg stump, Nate. And it might have been going down leg.
It was close. It was really close. Really close. It definitely hit him in the back foot.
So I believe it's hit him on the outside half of that back foot. Again, very close. The umpires got the best view of it.
Very close.
Their sound would have definitely been off the ground, so if it's gone onto the pads, it's a question of whether it's just hit the stumps. Anyway, no harm in just going back and forth on it. Doesn't mean anything. Mohamed Gauss is in to the middle, 49 for 4, and 2 batters who have yet to play a delivery.
Gosh, still unable to get on strike so far. And that's a heavy edge. It's going to go to third. And Gaj will get on strike now as they only ran for the 1. Well, to your point, Amon, in the East, not a lot of singles and 1s and 2s ran, more boundaries and dots. Not so much because of the lack of skill of the batters, but because of the tactics that are kind of heaved upon them through the conditions that they bat in. The grounds are slower, the grass is a little bit thicker, outfield's not quite as good quality. You can deliver a perfect cover drive and get 1 out of it instead of getting 4 out of it. So it's hard to get value for your shots there in the East. It's much harder than here.
50 just comes on the board. But yeah, you're absolutely right about that fact that the tactics and the game plan around playing up there, plus the advantages of really just trying to go for the aerial boundaries, it's very apparent. And so you don't see teams intrinsically think 1s and 2s versus when you're playing a lot down here or you play a lot where you have some thinner grass, that becomes a very intrinsic, very natural thought. Okay, where's 1, where's 2? And you're able to facilitate around that fact.
Yeah, you get 2 out of 1 sometimes. You get a boundary 4 out of a shot that might otherwise not. Gosh, turns on this one. He sends it over the rope. What a shot from Gaj Singh.
Yeah, he's just so good off of his back foot. You're never going to trouble him with Nawab's pace. Read it early, got the width he was after, and sends it all the way into the stands. Picks up 6 runs for his efforts there to close out the over. Somerset Cavaliers, after losing a wicket, 10 overs gone, 56 for 4.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
More Anirudh Emanuel, and it makes absolute sense. 2 overs, just gone for 15. The Somerset Cavaliers would have to be looking at this over. We talked about it. Trying to get to 130. Nicely run from Mohammed here. Able to pick up a couple. Give Anirudh Emanuel a lot of credit. He's bowled brilliantly, Nate. I don't think he's left a lot out there for batters to take advantage of.
No, he's gotten better and better over the years here in minor league cricket. He's benefited quite a lot from this level of play, especially in recent games.
Extra bit of bounce. Again, this has been the resurgence that he's been after. When we talk about leg spinners in the country, he's a name that's always come up 8 wickets on the season at economy under 5. Has one of the better economy rates of any Stallion. And that's always been his struggles. He hasn't been able to contain runs, even though he might take wickets. This season, it's been the opposite, but it's a step in the right direction.
They've got more spin to come as well. It's Aman, a name very familiar to you. Aman Patel is in the team today in the 11.
Yeah, Aman Patel with 1A. He's in, and he's a much better cricketer than I've ever was. No question about it. He'll bat close to the top of the order and has the option to bowl some leggies if Jesse Singh is opting for it. And given the history of bowling combinations at this ground, yeah, it might make sense to bring on another leggy. Very late and excellently done. Tremendous commitment in the infield by Satyamal Avarapu.
See Gaj's fast hands there. Actually, Aman, I have to announce we got a correction here from the producer. You said Aman Patel is a better cricketer than you were.
Yeah.
He's a better cricketer than you still are, I have to say, according to the producer.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a situation where he's ever not a better cricketer than me. I think Barbara was trying to make the point that, hey, you still play, and I don't know about still play. One game a year, I don't know if that counts as playing much or not. But
well, the funny thing is sometimes when Barbara looks over at you, everything stops. You're like, what's going on? Is there an emergency? Do we have to make an announcement? Or has the feed gone down? Nope. He just wanted to let us know.
That's what good producer-directors do. They make sure that everything is squared away the way it should be.
And then slide in the occasional zinger when you keep you on your toes.
The one thing is Barbara's not in our ears yet. Once he gets in our ears, I don't think it'll be the occasional zinger. It'll be every ball zinger for us. Just short, I reckon. And just away. A productive over, though, just gives up 6. Anirudh Manual in the 11th, 62 for 4.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
The battle for New Jersey here in this Super 8 here at Church Street Park. And it's Stephen Wigg who'll come back in the 12th over. Nate, are you surprised to see the left arm seamer this early?
You know, maybe a little bit. Maybe I am a little bit. But Stephen, you know, he can bowl in every phase. I think what they're trying to do now is just take out this batting here and make it extra hard for the Cavaliers. Try to get Gajanan out.
We still have the 2 overs of Satyamal Avarapu to take advantage of as well. Overthrows there will lead to a second. So curious to not see them try to fit those in prior to that 15 over mark, but it could be Stephen 1. If I were to bet, I think Stephen gets 1. I think Nawab probably gets 1 right after. And then Sachin will fill in the gaps.
Yeah, it is an interesting choice. Jesse Singh will definitely know Gaj Singh. He'll know how to bowl to him, how to keep him on his toes, how to keep him from getting comfortable. So I'm sure this factors into that.
It seems as if Yorkers is a plan to Gajnan Singh. Not trying to give him anything on a length. That's where Gajnan has made a living. I still think about that shot in 2021 against Ireland where he's played it. When you think about it, it really, the only comparison of a shot was Virat Kohli against Pakistan in that T20 World Cup. It's a very similar stroke that he would have played 3 years, 4 years earlier to that moment. And it was the catalyst for what was an innings that propelled the USA to their first win against a full member nation.
Definitely a signature innings from Gajnan Singh. What a great job USA did there. One of the things that stood out to me was the ability for them to go lefty-righty throughout the innings, that first game against Ireland.
It was also a game that featured so much youth talent, and specifically of that under 19 from 2021 class.
Yes.
When you talk about Ritik Behera, Ali Sheikh was part of that squad. You had Vatsal Vagela take wickets. Yasser Mohammed took wickets, debuted there.
You had Marty Kane also on that squad. Not one of the younger guys, but now Marty's out coaching in California.
Rahul Jadiwala was set to make his ODI debut later in the week.
Oh, that's right.
Before that series was interrupted due to COVID.
Yeah, it was a very fun time for USA cricket. I spoke with some fans who, it was their first cricket game that they'd ever seen the USA play, and they told me Gaj was their favorite player.
And why not? Again, he was the hero of the entire innings after maybe some sluggish starts with the bat. Monik Patel out early, Behera out early. And you're thinking, oh, where do you go? Ryan Scott was playing in that series. He was undone early, and it was all, okay, how does Gajnan Singh save us? And he did tremendously well.
It's this really cool mix on that team of guys who were older, guys who had been in the team a while, new guys who had just become eligible, who had moved here some time before, and then the youngsters up and coming.
Nicely played into the gap from Mohammed. No fielder there, very safe. It didn't matter if there was. 6 runs all the way.
And we're going to have some folks chase this down. But active feet here for Mohammed Gauss. I'm telling you, as fast as the ball runs on the grass here, once it gets off the grass and goes on that pavement, on the sidewalk, it just hurries into the woods. A beautiful park here too. There's trails in those woods that people walk through all the time, get their exercise.
And just a leg bite to close out over number 12, and this is an over the Cavaliers are after. 73 for 4. Excuse me, correction, make it 74 for 4.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
Sachin Malavarapu comes back. We figured that it will be Steven, Sachin, and then Nawab probably comes in the next over. But who of the Cavaliers make it past this man? So difficult to put away, and after that big 12-run over, this is exactly the kind of figure you want walking with the ball in their hand.
Yeah, on today's day, Sachin Malavarapu has been unhittable. Only 3 runs conceded, 2 wickets, a couple of great celebrations.
And this will be their matchup here. Left arm spinner, left-hander, field spread. and the impetus would be on Gurjanath Singh to go after Sachin now, or at least find a way to make this over, go for 8. Calls for 2. Excellent running from the Cavaliers. This is what they need to do the whole way through the innings.
And that running is made possible by the awareness of Gurjanath Singh and the skill, the soft hands. You see that region of the ground is packed at the boundary. Nobody between him and the boundary. He knows the softer he plays this, as long as he clears the bowler, he's going to be able to come back for 2, and he does exactly that.
Straight through? No. Sachin had the celebration out, and it just missed off stump.
What a healthy appeal.
Chance of a run out. Direct hit. Needed it. Needed that to be on the stumps. Gurjanath Singh would have been having to take a long walk back.
Ball popped up a bit off the square. Yeah, just too short. Difficult play.
Well done here from the Cavaliers. Just finding their ways to get singles. They'll pick up 5 runs from Lavaratpu's third. 13 downs, 79 for 4. Not the bowling change we thought. More spin, yes, but it's spin in the form of Saiteja Mukamala, who, for all of the why not be like Mike ads, or what can't this person do, what can't Sai do? Because this man, well, he's not only led the team in runs, but he's been one of their highest wicket takers. Through 7 innings, he's taken 8 wickets. Nearly had a wicket yesterday as well that burst through the hands of Jesse Singh.
He's got tremendous career numbers as a bowler. 9 wickets in 21 overs. Economy of 5.67. Average of 13.22.
And is it the left-handed Gurjanath Singh? Is this the carrot that they're trying to offer him? Say, you haven't been able to hit Jesse Singh, you haven't been able to hit Sachin Lavaratpu. Hit Sai, hit Mukamala.
Well, saying that, not being able to hit, he's 15 from 10, so he's been moving the ball into spaces. We haven't seen Gurjanath Singh blast the cover off the ball with boundaries, but I'll take 15 for 10 as someone eases their way into the innings any day.
Excellent here from the Cavaliers. Backup tremendous from the Stallions as well. This is what Gurjanath Singh does. This is why he's such a hot commodity in the USA, because he understands the situation. He's not going to throw his wicket away before that 15th over. The 15th over is where you're going to see a shift in his intent. Until then, it's singles, it's doubles, it's a safe route.
He's just got so much skill, so much ability to make something out of nothing or find ways to score runs.
It's not even just the skill. Yes, he's got loads of that, but I think it's also his ability to have situational awareness that sets him apart. There's very few people in the modern T20 game with more situational awareness than Gurjapneet Singh, especially in this country.
Yeah, well said. You know, we speculate about names in the USA squad.
Takes full advantage. Sends that one to the sky to join the airplane.
Talk about looking for your ball and not missing it. I think that's what Gurjapneet Singh was doing there. He's happy, as you said, to play to the situation and to have the awareness to play the ball into spaces to score runs. But he locked in on that one with intent right from the start. You have to think he was looking for that.
Yeah, it's probably just too wide for Mukamala. Threw it up, but Gurjapneet Singh was never going to miss out there. Again, it's not a lack of ability for Gurjapneet Singh. He can clear these ropes any day of the week. It's his understanding of when to do so. Rushed on through, and we'll take that leg by to close over 14. The Cavaliers showing signs of life, 89 for 4. Last over of Mailavarapu. And don't expect any big risks on the part of the Cavaliers here. Understanding that this is the wicket-taking bowler. So get 5 to 7 from the over and see yourself into over 15 and beyond. Over 16 and beyond.
What a day from Mailavarapu. Typically does perform well here at Church Street Park. Today, no different.
The Stallions would know that 130 is a very competitive total, so trying to keep the Cavaliers under that. And the Cavaliers' only losses this season have been to the Stallions, so there's that bit of history within the year that's on the line now.
Really tough start for the team to overcome, but they've done that in the past so many times. And just as they had a tough start, the Titans started red hot.
Excellent commitment from Gurjapneet Singh. Again, just churning it out, these runs. He's not looking to be super expansive, neither are these batters. Understanding that they have to find singles where they come, and again, it starts from commitment at the non-striker's end. Again, tremendous running from the side of the Cavaliers. It wasn't clearly two, but they made sure that they were in position to turn for it. just a conversation here between the two batters. Again, you can see that maybe just a set of fatigue from the over, maybe to take the last 2 balls easy. But a tremendous, tremendous fight back from the Cavaliers. What have you done, Gurjit Singh? You've thrown it away. And a kiss and a point to the heavens, because that's the big fish.
What a massive wicket for the Stallions. They got to feel like they're back in this. As long as Gaj was in the middle, they were well on their way to 130, 140. But well taken at the point position. And this fielding side is having a good day.
Gurjit Singh goes to 25, 93 for 5. How big a blow is that? Malavarapu's last over needed that wicket of Gurjit Singh, who was just starting to get it going, and that felt like a wicket of fatigue more so than anything, Nate. We saw the long chat before that delivery, and you just felt like there was this conversation of, okay, we're going to not run as hard here, just try to hit a boundary if you can. And that was one of the few times that Gurjit Singh wasn't where he needed to be.
And once again, sized it on, coming up big with a catch. For the Stallions team, he's been excellent at that point area, the offside in the inner circle. And 1 ball to go for Malavarapu's day.
Calls for 2. Chance of a run out. Excellent commitment. Loses the bat, ends up on the floor, but picks up 2. But Malavarapu, you've had a great day. 3 for 14 in his 4 overs, 95 for 5 at the close of 15.
Now, this is not the deepest batting 11 right now that the Cavaliers have put on the field today. You got to think they were thinking upwards of 140 as long as Gaj Singh was out there. I think now they've slid that target down a little bit. I still think they want to get to 130. It's going to be a tough ask right now.
Yeah, no question about it. And Nawab Singh hasn't been taken apart by many guys. Gurjit Singh was the one guy to hit him to the rope. But apart from him, it was all about Nawab Singh with the ball. He's had a tremendous day.
It's just going to be the one. Barely gets through the diving Aman Patel.
You know what's funny is that Shad Lumba, anytime he greets me for the toss, and he'll greet me for the toss here next couple of hours, he always says, Aman Khan, how are you? I'm not sure where that's come from, but and he knows what he's doing. He's just making it a joke. I'm just curious as to where that's come about.
Well, I'll pretend like that's what I was referencing. They're yelling for 2, but they're going to hold up.
Yeah, Nawab's come back beautifully in today's game. After yesterday, you felt, okay, there's something left to be desired, but today we've seen a much improved, much more consistent seamer from that Shiloh end, or that Cedar Fork end of the ground.
And Gauss, to his credit, has done a good job of rotating strike. Earlier, that was kind of the job when you had Gaj Singh out there. But now with Nazar, he'll have to take on a little bit more of the responsibility. His eye should be in at this point. 18 runs from 17 balls.
Just a little conversation between, looks like, Dominic Rickey and the wicketkeeper there. And just holding up play a touch. Again, the Cavaliers know that 130 is where they're after. If the Stallions have to chase less than that, you'd fancy their chances. This is what we're talking about with Nawab Singh. His Yorkers have been much better. His length deliveries and stock balls have been on the right lines. Yesterday, you just felt he was all over the place, and maybe the Stallions were just as a collective all over the place, trying to be over-aggressive, hunting wickets, rather than just trying to be in the right areas. Today, they've nailed their areas, and the scoreboard reflects it.
He's gotten some great production from those well-delivered balls, taking Humraj and LBW for Imran.
And that's an example of the off-cutter as well. Spotted the movement, pulled the length back, and now there you go. It's a couple more dot balls in a row after the strong start to the over with 2 singles.
Yeah, very good job there. Not sure if he adjusted to the batter coming down, but definitely pulling the length back was the answer to it. It's just going to be the 1 run. Come on. This innings has had some serious ebbs and flows, things that we're used to seeing at Church Street Park. You can't turn your eyes away from games here. So that one is going to wrap up the over. Actually, no, there's one more ball to go. Sorry. But, Aman, you just can't turn your eyes away here at Church Street Park. You'll have, look what we've had today. We've had 25 in the first 2. And we saw, 5-7 runs in the next 3 overs?
Yeah.
No, the next 4 overs, actually. And you saw some great stuff from Gaj Singh as they recovered and looked like they were about to heap the runs on. And then he was plucked out.
That's why we love Church Street Park. You never really know what you're going to get, and even when you think you know, something just tends to shift. Close to 16.99 for 5.
Well, 4 overs to go. And Arun Emanuel will finish his quota for the day. Well flighted. And he collects that very easily. That's the end of Nazar. Great job by Arun Emanuel. Hadn't had a wicket up until then, but certainly deserved one. Bowled well enough to get one, and he got it right there off his own bowling.
Yes, one of the few times that we've seen Emanuel flight it up, and it seemed like Nazar was just overly eager to get down to the other end. Instead, just pops it up and has to make the long trek back. Goes for 4, Still 99 for 6.
Come on. 1 ball shy of 4 overs to go. The job just keeps getting harder for the Cavaliers. Well delivered, flighted delivery by Emmanuel. Had the batter prodding at it, lifting it right into his hands.
Again, he's been a revelation this season, and as they nearly were run out there, we've seen him be able to mix up his pace much better, and he hasn't had too many of those short deliveries as the hundreds come on the board.
Yeah, you're right. He hasn't. We've seen it in the past, Aaron Emmanuel. We've seen him a little too short in the past. Yesterday, a couple of times early in his innings. And in prior seasons, we've seen him bowl far too short here. Today, he's been quite good.
Yeah, no question. And again, the Cavaliers are just trying to climb their way to 130. It seems like a real mission at this point.
Well, if there's a bright side right now for the Cavaliers, it's that Gauss is still in the middle. 2 balls left to go for Emmanuel's day. That's easy one right there.
And I'm actually been really impressed with Gauss and what he's been able to bring to this Cavaliers team. I think now for him he's in this limbo of whether to really start to accelerate and try to propel, or knowing that he has to bat all the way through.
He's done a great job today keeping the innings alive for the Cavaliers. And that'll wrap up the over. 104 with a loss of 6 after 17. Everybody's taking a little bit of a water break right now. Just sitting with the ball in hand.
And it makes sense at this point. He'll bowls overs 18 and 20, and we'll have to find who's going to get overs over 19. It could go back to Nawab to close out his day. It could be a Stephen Wigg just to give him one more. Or could even turn back to Saimo Kamal if he really wanted to throw in another wrinkle and loophole. And if he says, you know what, I'm going way in left field, give me Aman Patel to come into bowl. Either one of them.
Could do it. I think we'll see Jesse. That's what I would bet on right now. Possibly Jesse, Nawab Singh, Jesse. Up in the air. Fielder underneath it. Oh, he doesn't get there in time. He misjudged it. Didn't get to the ball at all. It was up there for a while.
Well, that's Nawab Singh, who was underneath it at fine leg. It was in the air for so very long. I don't think he picked it up off the bat and was just really in no man's land. And once you start having to dive and roll around, you're never going to be in a position to catch the ball. He might have also just affected his nail as well. We'll see if that affects his ability to bowl the final over or the next over if they do elect to go to him.
Straight up. Diving effort, but spilled there. I don't think he quite got there in time, but he knocked it down at least, kept it in front of himself, which is job number 1.
Jesse Singh's frustrated, but I'm not sure you can be frustrated with that second attempt because that one didn't quite get the same lift off. It was flat. It was always dipping. Ricky's pressed on the boundary rope. Had to make a long way forward. I don't think he did much wrong in this. Again, it didn't go that high. It dipped very quickly. And Ricky was onto it in a flash. I think he's actually done quite well to not let it get past him.
Exactly.
But Jesse Singh, again, very animated character.
Just the one here as Jesse is back a length here 3 times in a row to Ghazi. Ghazi not fooled that much that one.
That was a slower one as well, so just seeing if Ghazi was going to try to swing through it yet again, but waiting on it. This is your battle, though. Ghost has been the one that can lift and find boundaries. He's used his feet quite nicely through his innings.
Once again, shorter there.
Talk about a bumper. You could see that rose on Muhammad so fast. He was nowhere near in position to put that ball anywhere, and very lucky it didn't just sky up to under the manual.
Yeah, well, we won't see those shorter ones, I don't think, now. Another one gets through off the ribs, off the back. That's a tough one right there.
Yeah, tremendous skills here from Jesse Singh. He's taken the pace off twice now. And the threat of that quicker bouncer, you can see it's just running on the minds of both batters at this point because they've both been rushed by him. That the slower ones become ever so more effective.
Yeah, tough to do much with those deliveries at that particular length. Unless you pick it up early. No run 2 there as a throw takes the keeper wide. That's the end of 18. Only 2 overs to go. 113 for 6. So Mom was right. Nawab Singh gets the ball for the 19th. I wasn't sure if they go back to Stephen Wigg, but Nawab Singh has been absolutely fantastic. 3 overs, 13 runs, 2 wickets. Why not let him pile on to his good day?
Yeah, no question. He's had a tremendous day. He's shown the slower deliveries now. It's a change of ends. That'll be the one thing to watch. How does he fare from this shallow end of the ground? Does it make any difference in his consistency that has been spot on straight throughout the game's play?
Relatively short run up here for Nawab, about somewhere around 25 yards or so. Up. Right in the Bermuda Triangle there. Let's give it back for 2.
I got to go back. Short run up. Where's the short run up? 25 yards is short?
Well, Jesse Singh just bowled from the other end. It was a relative comparison. Jesse Singh's back there bowling from 50 yards, it seems like.
But I don't know if you can compare most bowlers to Jesse Singh. I think anyone's going to have a short run up compared to Jesse Singh.
Well, that's exactly my point.
I just feel that's harsh on Nawab. It makes it sound like, oh, last over he's tired. He's shortened the run up.
Oh, no.
25 yards. I feel that's a very, very normal run up there.
Okay, 25 yards, Aman. I think that must be Aman's exact run up.
I'm not sure if it is 25 yards. I know it's 16 strides, and then 3 walking steps.
Oh, there you go.
It's a weird way to count it, but that's what, and it's from the pop increase, not the landing.
It's about a Sarbjeet Lada run up.
Like me and Brody Couch, we've got a very similar run up.
Do you?
I remember looking at it at Major League when we had the little pitch report and we did the little analysis of the markings. It was Brody Couch's B
that was closer to yours.
That was closest to mine. At least it looked that way. I didn't run from there.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, you bowl about the same speed.
Got to take off a couple of zeros off the MPH.
Gonna run for 2 here, and they'll make it. The throw grounded. If they had gone to the keepers, then they might have had the chance. It would have been an athletic attempt, running to your right to hurl it all the way down to the other end. That would have been it would have been something impressive.
Yeah, Patel, he's tremendous in the field, able to really move around, and again, he's been very active in the infield as well. So if there's anyone to make that play, he was the guy to do it. But this is a decent over here brewing for the Cavaliers. They're making sure they're getting runs off every ball.
Full and straight, but it's up too high. Dominic Ricky makes no mistake. What a good running catch from Ricky.
He's just so good out on the boundary rope, Dominic Ricky. Again, that's why there's never a question of whether the one in the previous over off Jesse Singh was a catch, because if it was, he was going to find his way underneath it. This was in the air for a very long time, and he calls it so early. Could have argued that it could have been closer to Sai Mukamala standing at long off, but Ricky's called him off very quickly. Change of pace from Nawab here, slower delivery, chip straight up, and again, Ricky moving to his left. It felt so easy and comfortable. Yeah, you love to see it from Dominic Ricky. Little fist bump from Mukamala as well. But they've had to figure it out in the end. That is the end of Abdullah Ghazi for 14. It's 119 for 7.
Two more balls to come from Nawab Singh. And his perfectly normal run-up distance.
I just had to come to his defense. I just felt that you saying it was short just felt disrespectful.
I apologize. I was literally just comparing him to Jesse from the practice.
I also do apologize, Nate. I'm just giving you a hard time. Don't even worry about it.
Don't do that. Everything's fine. It's a perfectly normal run-up.
Well, 120's on the board, so you're at least moving at a run a ball with one delivery to go.
Look how they got there with twos. Just running
Exactly.
two.
And that's the key. I think that's what the Cavaliers probably missed throughout the day. Ones and twos. They played far too many dot balls early in the game.
When you're motoring those twos, that wicket becomes really big for the Stallions as well. Skips down. It's going to be a race to the boundary. Fyodor will get it, but we just talked about how important it was to run two. We get it right there to end the 19th. 122 for 7. Let's see how many more they can tack on. And Jesse's saying for the 20th over, Cavaliers here threatening to put up a defendable total, just kind of on the verge of on. Earlier we were talking about 140. They would want to get at least 140. Well, I don't think they'll get there, but they could get close. And Viraj Desai tries to get creative. Ball gets caught up in the keeper's gloves.
Might have just watched a little bit too much of someone decided from yesterday, who was moving around trying to play these audacious strokes. But hey, one is one, and you're at the other end. You done your job. Well done, Viraj Desai.
He missed the key of Salman Nazar's shots was to be a little more lackadaisical.
Yeah, it was. The stroll. Take a stroll outside your stumps.
Yeah, he missed that note. But it brings the man on strike here. Jesse's going to bluff the run up. He's going to have to go back 50 yards or so and start that one again.
See, I'm not going to fight you on this one. Yes, Jesse Singh's got a long run, but it works for him, and that's all that matters. He's been very productive throughout these Super 8s. I thought, for my money, arguably the best bowler, period, in that first game yesterday, at least with seam. I thought he probably looked the best out of everybody, and then even today he's looked phenomenal.
Yeah, in day one, I think across the 4 teams, I felt like he was the standout fast bowler.
And again, it's not just one area should be run out. Yeah, simple stuff in the end. Just far too casual running the first, never going to come back for a second.
That's a really big wicket right there. They've been doing it with running twos the last couple of overs. Kaus was the guy you wanted to have on strike for the rest of this innings. A good throw. Very good throw. Well kept there, well received. And some of the wind's got to leave your sails if you're the Cavaliers, hoping to get over that 130, 135 mark. Kaus seemed to be the guy who was going to do it.
He goes for 26. It's 124 for 7. Love to see members of the MLC staff up and around, and Haley Shedd, she's out and about getting the photos that you'll see on all socials, yes, tomorrow and later today.
Be a chase, and this one's going to land in no man's land. 3 balls to go. Inches up to 125, loss of 8. It is Najaf Shah. He didn't bat yesterday.
He is got the capability of hitting a couple of lusty blows. We've seen him do it a couple of times. But he won't come out to bat much. He tends to only bat in the first innings of a game, or if in the second innings they need to win the game. And that's the situation he'll come out to bat in. So maybe just saying, if I'm on strike, I give my team the best chance to hit 1 or 2 sixes to give me more runs to bowl at.
Straight and hard, and 4.
Tremendously active on the crease there is Viraj Desai. You just take a look, moves down the ground, gets into great position, and knows where he wants to hit it. Doesn't try to take it square to any of the fielders. There's a gap, you take advantage, you pick up 4, and 129 now on the board.
Well, you know you've struck it hard when you beat Dominic Ricky to the ropes by about 5-6 yards, and it bounces 2 or 3 times. You know you've struck it well. Up. Gonna be an easy catch there. Alavarab who gets underneath it. That'll be the end of the day for Barrage Desai, but he did tack on a few important runs there. We'll have one ball to go.
Yeah, just incredibly smart stuff from Jesse Singh. It's great recognition. Knowing that Desai's now going to swing with hard hands, he takes pace off and invites Desai to go big down the ground. You see it right here. That leg cutter. And simple in the end for Sachin Lavarapu. Made the call very early, in great position. And looking to keep those Cavaliers under 130. Desai goes 129 for 9.
And we might not see Najaf Shah again on strike. Puranjay Yadav makes his way to the middle, the left-handed batter. One ball to go in the innings. 129 for 9. It's anybody's game right now, I think. Edged to third. They're going to try to come back for 2, and they're not going to make it. They're going to get to that 130 mark, though, Amon. All out on the final ball. And I'm not sure if this is par or not, but it feels pretty close to me. What an exciting innings.
Yeah, it ebbed and flowed beautifully, and it's kept everyone engaged and everyone involved in the second innings as well. Najaf Shah was calling Yadav through. He said, just keep running, and to his credit, was closer than I think most would expect him to be to that crease line. But the Cavaliers, they fought back beautifully in this innings. They got off to a strong start thanks to Kennard Lewis, but if we could look at that batting card when we can, they were just able to maneuver themselves into a phenomenal position and into a position where they can win the game. No question about it. Kennard Lewis is 23 off 8 early. And then I look at Gajnan Singh and Mohammad Ghaus, that partnership in particular, 25 off 16 for Gajnan, 26 off 26, as you see there for Mohammad. Those runs there in the middle were the keys to setting up the game, and we would have thought once you get Gajnan Singh out that you could have been under 130. But they've done well to get to this point, but give the Stallions bowlers credit, Nate.
Oh, absolutely. The Stallions bowlers were fantastic. They have lots of options. They used them today. And that includes Sachin Lavarapu, who was absolutely phenomenal. Only 14 runs conceded in his 4 overs with 3 wickets. Nawab with 3 of his own wickets. Jesse Singh added 1. Anirudh Emmanuel added 1. But it was just a tremendous job by the Stallions team. In the field, they took a couple of tremendous catches, run out there at the end. But they were everywhere today. They were on their toes, and this was just a really great innings all the way around.
No doubt about it. So join us when we come back in the second innings. All the Super 8 action is right here at Church Street Park. Who wins this game? Well, the Stallions, they need 131 when we return. Join us when it happens.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com. whoever you are, on the field. The dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
Welcome back to Church Street Park. Second innings underway, and the same opening pair for the New Jersey Stallions. Dominic Ricky and Akshay Homeraj, neither of whom found any sort of flow, very similar to the Somerset Cavaliers openers. And the task won't get easy because it's Najaf Shah. First ball. Oh, well kept. Tremendously well kept. I'm not sure that there was glove, but would have easily resulted in runs.
Come on. Yesterday we saw Najaf Shah a little loose with his first couple of deliveries, the first one being a no ball today. Well, this one off the gloves or off the hip, off of something, so it's a dot, but definitely close to missing everything. It's a little bit inaccurate right away.
Tremendous inward movement. This Cavaliers team was up and about, and they just inspire themselves if Najaf Shah has a wicket. Changing the field now, seeing that extra bit of movement. An extra fielder tacked on to the leg side. Short, mid-wicket, and square leg, both inside the ring. And that length is where he dominates, but Ricky so aware.
Yeah, Ricky very fit, very quick on his feet. And he's number 7 all time in minor league cricket history in terms of runs scored with 1,487. That's the number 1 batter in the East Division history as far as compiled runs throughout his career. Just consistently doing it every single season. Ahead of Ryan Scott in the East for all-time runs leader.
Again, really nicely kept. Yes, gives up 1, but I reckon there's way more runs available down the leg side.
Yeah, well stopped by the keeper. Doing good work back there. We see a lot of good keeping here. We talk about it a lot, how great the keepers are here in the South. And now we're getting to see some of these East keepers too. And they're impressing as well.
And again, we talked about the fact that it's not just Najaf Shah in his swing, in that it's pitched up and that it's always moving, but in that regard provides the risk of being over-pitched. He's someone who just dominates a good length, and from there the ball just has a little bit of nip, and that's why even at his age, he's still so effective.
Very effective. Talk about his height and I think it adds to his repertoire. It enhances his abilities.
Economical first over, 3 for none. Abdullah Ghazi. And this tandem up top the order for the Cavaliers is so effective because while Najaf Shah will keep things tight, Ghazi tends to be rewarded in the wickets column as he attacks the stumps with his inward movement.
And he really does. And his first over here, very different from the first over in the first innings. where we saw the Cavaliers get off to a blistering start in the first 2 overs, scoring 25, ending with 130.
Yeah, and I remember, again, in my conversation with Jesse Singh earlier today, he said that he feels as if his openers just need to take a touch more responsibility and that the wickets need to be held on to. So you might see a more sluggish start for the Stallions. Slashed away. Don't need to invite Ricky twice. Picks up 4.
Well, there goes your slow start that you mentioned, or does it? Dominic Ricky answers that. A little too much width on that one for Ricky. He didn't have any trouble with it.
But all in control. He hasn't invented anything. There's a touch of width. He's covered the bounce beautifully. And that's what Jesse Singh wants. He doesn't want them to be in a box, but he wants them to play proper strokes, not force anything, knowing that the batting lineup hasn't been too deep for the Stallions. Lifted in the gap. And back-to-back 4s for Dominic Ricky.
That's the way to do it. Right now, if you're Stallions, it takes a lot of the pressure off right here. 2 boundaries in your first 3 balls of the over, and they're up to 11 without loss.
Yeah, much straighter, much better from Abdullah Ghazi on that occasion. But Nate, again, a tremendous start to the over with those back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah, still just 11 runs thanks to that 3-run first over from Najaf Shah. I think if you say to anybody, hey, 10 balls in, you've given up 2 boundaries, but you've only given up 11 runs, they'll take it.
And the Stallions, to their credit, do the single-double game probably the best amongst Eastern Division teams.
Oh, yeah, they're very good at it. They've always been very good at that. Playing the proper strokes, as you mentioned. The king of that is Simon Kamala. And we talked about how difficult it is to have success playing that way in the East. They still have success with their batters playing proper cricket shots in the East anyways, because they're a scrappy team, and they back themselves.
Executes that single to close over number 2, 13 for none. More Najaf Shah to continue here. First over, so good, why not bring it back? Tremendous. That's a dream delivery for any seamer.
What a ball there from Najaf Shah. Hamraj will just be happy that he's still in the middle after that one. Perfect delivery. This is why he's so dangerous. As you mentioned, Aman, he likes that top of off stump line and length a lot. He comes in with those Yorkers, he's dangerous.
Chance. Oh, needed a direct hit. I think Ricky was home, but tremendous pressure being applied here.
Yeah, very well fielded. Good cricket all around. But a direct hit would have made it interesting. Najaf Shah, his home is in Dallas. So he enjoyed those last couple of Super 8s down there.
Enjoying these. That's not going to be out, Najaf. But his performance here is nothing short of what we saw from him in Dallas. You mentioned those Super 8s. How brilliant was he in big moments, end of games where they needed Yorkers. He would nail them. He's the man to go to for this Cavaliers team in those positions.
Oh, very much so. And I remember last season there was a question. He was dealing with an injury in his foot. There was a question if he'd be even able to play. And he came in, I think he took 3 wickets that game, 2 or 3 wickets. The game that he did play after that, he was incredible.
Nicely worked from Homeraj. Tracing to the rope, and it will get there. A little bit of a counter-attack from the Stallions.
Well played. You'll take those every time. Very well played from Amraj. He's done a lot of his cricket in the East. Well, he's done all of his cricket in the East.
Again, he's been a part of a couple of sides, Akshay Homeraj, but he's found a home with the Stallions. They needed some help in the top order. Needed someone to bat alongside Ricky and Mukamala, and he's been that cog. Aman Patel will help for them as well in today's affair.
Amraj has 8 ODIs to his name. For USA, and an average of 19.67 in those ODIs. High score of 44. Played under 19 cricket for Guyana.
Yeah. Tremendous cricketer, Akshay. Again, representing the states as you mentioned, and again, someone who's looking to get back into that position, and it's been a minor league to remember for this man who's been a part of the New England Eagles in years past. But since making the trek up to New Jersey, has been flamboyant, audacious, and his effective self. Another well-executed Yorker. God, Najaf Shah, even now, so difficult to deal with. 3 overs gone, 21 for none. More Abdullah Ghazi. Ricky took him apart early in the previous over. So what does he have in store for him? Similar field set. Deep third, deep backward square. And pushing that third fielder even finer, even straighter. Better areas from Abdullah Ghazi. Does change the arm slot, doesn't he? Not funny Samhadri-esque, but gives him that bit of variation.
Oh yeah, you like to see that. I like to see these variations. Some guys will bowl from a certain arm slot to a righty and another one for a lefty, or I like to watch those variations. That one cutting across there.
Yeah, much better. Much, much better from Abdullah Ghazi. Really finding a good piece of rhythm.
Bowling from the same run-up length as Nawab.
So is this short as well, Nate? Or
No. No. Perfect.
Just had to check.
It's a perfect length.
Up. Taken. And Abdullah Ghazi gets his revenge. Much needed, much required, and that first wicket in the books.
Dominic Ricky will be upset with himself here, not getting deeper into this innings. Nice catch going forwards. for the youngster.
Possibly unneeded there from Dominic Ricky. Forced himself into a poor position. Goes for 12, is 21 for 1.
And there goes Dominic Ricky Amon. What a tough innings for him. His minor league career, he's got 5 50s in 64 innings. High score is 71. It's tougher to get a half century up there in the East, but it often feels like Dominic Ricky leaves the innings with too many runs left out there that he could have gotten.
Yeah, there's always this feeling that there's runs left to be had for Dominic Ricky and that he hasn't quite lived up to his potential. I think he'd be the first to tell you that there's times where you said this guy should not be getting out for anything under 30 and he should be having 50s after 50s. And he just hasn't been able to convert, and I think a lot of that is shot selection. A man who's mastered the art of shot selection, Sai Mukamala, in with the bat. And off the mark straight away, calling for 2. Mukamala does feel like the linchpin in this order. He feels like the man that has to hold things together.
Oh, he absolutely does, and he has been many times for the team over the course of his minor league cricket career. 1,223 runs from him, an average of 26.02, but this season he led the division in runs, 359.
Excellent! Unbelievable! Gajanan Singh, take a bow!
Another stunner from Gajanan Singh. We see him in the inner ring so often coming up with these types of grabs. Today no different. And just in time, you got to think this is going to put extra pressure on this Stallions team. What a grab. Oh my gosh.
What can't he do? Gajanan Singh dismisses Omraj for 7. It's 22 for 2. Well, how quickly have things changed? We were just talking about how the openers had done a fairly decent job getting things into a decent position if they could carry this on for a couple more overs. But in the space of 3 deliveries, 2 wickets, and Christian Thurton walks out. This was the partnership that felt like yesterday could give the Stallions the best chance to bet, and they've got to do it yet again.
Yes, they do. Simon Kamala so often, as we said before, has to carry this team through the innings. Today looks like it's going to go the same way. Thurton's going to give him some help here. He's going to hope to give him some help here. Yesterday scoring 20 runs.
And you think about that last wicket, Gajanan Singh had been moved to gully, and now he's back at first slip. So it's proactiveness from Najaf Shah, from the experienced campaigner of Gajanan Singh, delivering these wickets. Well left to close over number 4. All 2s on the scorecard. 22 for 2. Najib Shah will continue into his third over. He's only given up 9 runs through 2 overs, but he wants a wicket. He knows this is the partnership to break. And yeah, the reason this partnership's in there, well, it's because of one man. It's a 38-year-old who we have to wish happy birthday to today. October 3rd, 1987. Gurjitendra Singh was born, and here in 2025 he does this. A birthday gift to himself, diving out to his right and lighting up the entire Cavaliers group and us here in the comm box. Excellent running. Excellent running will allow that single to take place. But happy birthday to Gurjitendra Singh.
I hope we'll see his bowling today. I imagine we will. He might actually be wearing a birthday hat.
38 years young, as we'd have to call him after that effort there in the field.
Yeah, 38 years young for certain. That was a great catch. Another memorable moment from this fantastic cricketer, Gurjitendra Singh.
Doesn't seem to run out of them, and we hope he never does. He's giving us a wave. I count that as a wave for us. I know he's maneuvering the field, but he's always active, Gurjitendra. He's been such a staple among the American cricket scene. Too much swing on that occasion, but the idea is right from Najib Shah. Attack Thurton very early.
And Gurj Singh with 32 matches for USA in ODIs. 986 runs at an average of 36.51. Those were very tough runs at times in Associate Cricket and Cricket World Cup League 2. As the wickets improve all around the world the last few years, Gurj hasn't really gotten the benefit of those. They're played in some very difficult conditions for USA.
And that catch would just spark some pressure now for the Cavaliers to really pounce on. You can see, I don't know if Najib Shah would have gone to himself a third over had a wicket not fallen, had 2 wickets not fallen. But now the Stallions feel like they're on the back foot in a massive way, and you might be able to get through either of these 2 batters. How do they keep fending these out? Najib Shah is growing so frustrated, and I can't blame him. He's nailed 3 perfect Yorkers, all of which have just met the toe end of the bat.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, I would hate to face Najib Shah.
Period.
But he's going to bowl 16 balls every game. Sorry, he's going to bowl 24 balls every game, I should say. Because that's the correct math. 16 if he's really, really good.
If he only needs 16.
That's right. Yeah, that's tough. What a tall task. He's so difficult.
And you can see it. They sense that Gurjitendra Singh is up and active at first slip.
Oh my gosh, they're just desperate for one here. Najib Shah, you got to say he deserves it. Only 11 conceded here with 1 ball left in his third over today. Just always delivering class in minor league cricket.
Four dots to close over number 5. It's 24 for 2.
And we'll get 3 in a row here from Ghazi as well, as we're going through the whole power play. Nothing but fast bowling here, and why not, as the Stallions are really struggling to get these guys off. Sal got a single there. Not sure that's where he intended that one to go. But Ghazi, my gosh, we just talked about how good Najaf Shah has been. Ghazi has taken both of the wickets today. Every single ball, he looks dangerous.
Yeah, he's found his length again. You saw in that first over to Ricky just a touch short on both occasions, and now you're seeing him operate on a good length with the odd one pulled back, and that's where he's at his most effective.
Up in the air. Oh, it's spilled. Good job just to get to it.
It's been a tough couple of days with both the bat and in the field for Chandrapal Hemorrhage. Had a drop yesterday, and this one much more difficult. Had to move out to his left. Had to come up late. Didn't really get into position. But he'll hold himself to a standard that says, I should have been in a better place to take that delivery.
Yeah, he kind of ran around it a bit. Did get his hands on it in the end, but just couldn't hold on to it as he hit the ground at the same time. Up and over. It's going to roll away for 4. What a shot. What a beautiful shot by Sai Mukamala.
Sai, that's ridiculous. That's off the back foot, and it's just a punch. It's an aerial punch. Yeah, hold the pose. Absolutely. Field restricted, inside, takes advantage, and I'm not sure we're going to see a better shot than that all weekend, Nate.
That was something special, man. What a shot up on his tiptoes, just about.
Wow.
What a way to handle that ball.
Miscommunication there in the middle, too. You saw Sai initially said wait. Thurton then reacted. Then it was a movement on Mukamala's part. Call of wait from Thurton, then movement again.
6 on the over so far, with 2 balls left in this power play. We have 2 very similar power plays. We get another dot ball here as Ghazi fights back following the back foot punch over extra cover, I guess. Over
over extra cover. It's sensational. And Sai would also be very aware that this is that last over before the power play closes. So just trying to take advantage of anything loose. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go after Ghazi once more. And that's why Ghazi's shifted the fielders. Long off is just dipped back as mid wickets come inside the ring. So he's just said to Mukamala, if you're going to hit me over, hit me square of the wicket.
Well, the Cavs put up 32 in their power play. And looks like the Stallions will put up 31, both with a loss of 2. It's 31 for 2 after 6 overs. There's the over by over chart. You can see the ebbs and flows of that first innings in blue, and the red ebbing and flowing already.
Yeah, no question. And it's funny how the same overs have been small and the same overs have been the bigger overs. You look at overs 4 and 5 in particular, they line up quite nicely. Again, this is what Churchill Park's all about. It's peaks, it's valleys, it's ebbs, it's flows, and it's what team can weather that storm the best that will prevail on any given day here at Church Street.
Yeah, long way to go. Sai Mukamala is going to bat with that in mind. We've seen him have success that way over and over and over again. And it looks like it's going to be Viraj Desai from the Cedar Fork end of the ground.
Many folks' favorites left arm spinner, just in terms of action.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people comment about Viraj Desai's action. It's very animated. That's for sure. As in Saturday morning cartoons animated. But it's also very effective. He's had quite the season.
Yeah, he's got great control over it. Again, everyone's got that little nuance in their action that looks a bit odd under the manual. Aryan Batra and Viraj Desai is another great example of just interesting footwork on the crease. But what it allows him to do and what he's able to get from it is a rip down. And that's where it feels like it's coming from. He's trying to create extra revs through his fingers, and that little collapse of the knee allows him to get his hands high to low.
A wide there. Slapped away by Sai. And he's taken 30 wickets in just 20 innings so far in his minor league career. This season, he's taken 13 in the 9 innings in the regular season heading into the super overs. Didn't take one yesterday, but he was pretty economical. Played carefully by Thurton. It's going to be a race to the boundary. It'll be kept in. Very good job. And that's kind of close, but
Wow.
not close enough to get an exciting appeal.
What a throw.
Tremendous throw.
From the deep, right on top of leg stump, and Mukamala, good on him for not being lackadaisical on the running. Tremendous effort from the Cavaliers. Again, one thing you'll never fault the Cavaliers for is their effort in the field. They seemingly are all over it, giving 110% every single ball, and that's just the kind of energy around this side.
And let's take a look at this throw again. What a good stop here on the boundary. Just right into the keeper's gloves. You don't have to move very much at all. Nice and accurate.
Tremendous running as well. Pick up 3 runs there from the New Jersey Stallions, recognizing the longish nature of the chase. Close of over 7, 36 for 2.
Here we go with Nazar with the ball. Mukamala on strike for the 8th over. Stallions at 36 for a loss of 2. Flighted. They're just going to get the 1 run out of it pretty easily.
You know, we've seen on a couple occasions anticipation haunt some of the players. This is another example. Nazar, he's going to hit it to cover. One time Mukamala hits it off the inside edge, says, okay, single available. And he's got to sprint all the way back across.
Sweep there.
Yeah, Thurn's got to be careful not to get overly predictable with that sweep shot. We talk about this leg spinning duo for the Baltimore Royals. The left arm spinning duo for the Somerset Cavaliers are very effective in the same manner.
Yeah, heaps of wickets between the two of these guys. Oh, that one turned real well. You could see it turn off the edge and race away. Darn near 4 runs there. So they're going to run 3 again.
Again, the Stallions, You have to give them so much credit for the basics that they do exceptionally well. They run excruciatingly hard, and so they're always turning threes. You can see it. They know it might trace, it might not. They don't get caught ball watching. They are active, they are ready, and they're reactive.
Straight, but flat, not well enough. It's just going to be the one. So you hit it pretty well, and you get just the one. But the ball before that, it's kind of crazy. You get 3 runs off of the shot that they gave.
No question. But now you've played 4 deliveries for 6 runs, and so
Right.
you're well within that required run rate. And so now there's no scoreboard pressure for you to face with, versus the Cavaliers oftentimes would be stopping dot balls, wouldn't be turning into threes, and now you're behind the word go because the boundaries aren't following.
Yeah, absolutely right. Takes the pressure off when you're capable of running the way they are. And to the Cavaliers' credit, they did it at the end. He ran a bunch of 2 at the end to help put up a defendable total. That'll be the end of the 8th over. Nazar's first, 4-8 runs. New Jersey Stallions 44 with a loss of 2. And the middle overs here at Church Street Park are difficult, especially when you have these 2 lefty spinners in the middle. Thurton and Mukamala have done a good job of navigating them so far. Right now at 44 with a loss of 2 after 8. You got to think they want to get close to about 60 runs if they can at that 10 over mark, something north of 55.
And they don't have to do anything rather expansive to get there. That's 5 runs and over, basically, you have to get. And they can do that very simply because, again, they maneuver balls very well. They don't play with any unnecessary risks. They're not over-searching for boundaries. So it's on the Cavaliers now to force their hand. You got to turn that 1 dot ball into 2, into 3. And from there, you might just start to sneak through the cracks.
That's right. Sai didn't intend to go there with the ball that time. You see how well it's turning from Desai. There's an appeal, but it didn't look like Sai's foot ever left the ground. It did turn a mile, though.
And that's exactly what you're trying to utilize. Dot ball pressure, and then the surface just being that touch aidful for the bowlers, for the spinners in particular. Touch of grip. But yeah, Mukamala clearly in the whole way. It's more so of a, let's just hope. Let's see if the leg umpire's paying attention.
So 2 dots in a row. This is the way you do it, as you said. If you're the Stallions building up the pressure. Mukamala will work a single over there to the offside.
And that shot there, it's very similar to the one he played earlier, but this time he's played it with softer hands. He's not looked to push it into the gap, but rather just to play it right back on his toes. And from there, as it just maneuvers to the fielders pressed on that 30-yard circle, easy single. Tremendous recognition. But you're behind the 8 ball now. This is where you can strike if you're the Cavaliers.
Once again, similar shot by Thurton. A little bit harder that time, but rotating strike again. 3 on the over right now. Desai's looking good once again today.
And this was the construction of an over that you can work with. Just have to finish on a strong note, compile a couple of these to build pressure.
Cut right to the field. And Desai, what a good job he's done here, limiting the Stallions. 3 from the over. New Jersey Stallions are trying to get to 131. There are 47 runs there. And a loss of 2 after 9. Nazar. Straight and hard, one bounce over the rope. Great shot from Thurton.
Tremendous. Again, just been given that slight bit of width, understood that that last over was not good enough. Clears the front leg and hits it very safe over the bowler's head. Tremendous way to start the over, considering you only got 3 from over 9. Pick up 4 to start over 10.
One turn to mile again. They're going to go for the appeal, but once again, I don't think Thurton's foot ever left the ground. Gave him out, though. They gave him out. Let's see the replay here. I must have missed something. They gave him out on the stumping. Thurton is staring down the umpire.
Man, disbelief, utter disbelief. He's not moved a single inch. And here you go. This will be very telling. In the air for a moment. Was it the right moment? That's what you'll have to wait and see. Would love to get a second look at that when we can. But Thurton has to walk back. It's 51 for 3. But just would love to get a second look at this decision, as slow as we can get it here. Just watch that toe. It does pivot in the air, and you can't tell where that foot is. It's on the ground, but is it inside his crease? It looks like he's standing right on it. So he could be stayed right on top of that crease line, which belongs to the keeper.
Yeah, that's true, Amon. It is a tough thing to see if he's on that line or not. It felt like to me his toe was dug in on the ground at least. So the question is was it dug in on the batter's side of the line or on the keeper's side of the line?
And I don't disagree. I think the foot was down. It's just where was it down? No matter, the umpire has the best look at it. Aman Patel now has the bat in hand. They added him into the team today to bolster their middle order, and so it's the exact situation he would be in. For the Cavaliers, you talked about they need to affect that second number on the scorebug, and they've done so beautifully right before the 10th.
Aman Patel this season, 20 runs on 22 balls in just 2 innings. Good drift and turn there from Nazar. You can see the skill on display of these left arm spinners from the Cavaliers. They've just been absolutely fantastic so far.
And Patel is batted up top of the order for the Stallions as well. He's opened on a couple occasions, so it's not that he is someone the Stallions don't understand how he bats or what his strengths are. Remember, in Mukamala's absence last season, he was the man who was opening the batting.
He'll cut this through. He'll squeeze through just for the 1 run. So after the 4 on the first ball, we had a wicket on the second, 2 dots. Single right here. It looks like the over's up. Stallions chasing 131, 52 with a loss of 3. And Viraj Desai will continue. He's done so well this week. Only 8 runs conceded in 2 overs so far. Desai will cut. Oh, sorry. Aman Patel will cut through that one. Nothing.
Yeah, again, the intent is clear. How can we pick up these singles? They're probably just 5 runs short at the moment. The required run rate has now pushed up above 8, which isn't a big deal yet, but it tells you that things are climbing and you're not rotating as well as you need to be.
On these middle overs here, it's tough to go much higher than 6, 6.5, 7 runs. Especially when you're getting that type of delivery.
Yeah, but he's played the same shot 3 times and he's missed out in the same manner 3 times. He's got to get closer to it, play with a straighter bat, and push, and that's what Sai's going to do. You just saw him use his bottom hand. Just push through the ball. Play a punch. Don't look to cut. Don't look to maneuver. Get close. Punch it through cover. And on cue.
Right to the catching cover position. But there you go, Aman. You read that interaction quite well and anticipated it too. 2 balls to go in the 11th over. And that's more like it right there.
Problem is, 5 balls into the over, you're getting your first single. So now, not only have you kept Sai Mukamala off strike, you haven't found the runs, and the required run rate now is above 8.5.
And you probably have Sai Mukamala thinking about just a single here to keep the strike for the next over. And that will end with a dot ball. Stallions sputtering along right now. 53 for a loss of 3 and a long way to go. Well, Mom, we have our finalists from the Pacific sorted out thanks to last night's game, and what a game it was down in Grand Prairie.
Yeah, tremendous. All 3 results were in play in terms of who could get to that final. East Bay, Kings 11 Dallas, and the Chicago Kingsmen. And while it won't be a perfect season for Chicago, remember their early loss this year was to Kings 11. They lost in the first game they played, the opening game of the Pacific Conference. And then the final game of the Pacific Conference, they flipped the script and chased it down. Saad Ali was brilliant in that innings, hit the winning runs there as well.
Yeah, Saad, another player that's not in Major League right now, but you got to think he's going to get another look. He was drafted by Washington the first season, hasn't been in the league since then. Last night he was absolutely explosive. Mm-hmm. He was the responsible partner for a time there with Tajinder Singh, but then took over late.
He also captained yesterday. There was no Hamad Azam there for that team to utilize, and that's a huge loss, especially in these big games. How many times has Hamad Azam been the key man? For Kings 11 Dallas, they'll sit there and say there's no Corey Anderson for them either. So you're missing the 2 regular captains. So you had 2 stand-ins, and were there plenty of fireworks. We talked about the batting from Kings 11 Dallas with Andres Jos and Unmuk Chand, and then Ali Sheikh later as well.
Yeah, plenty of fireworks. And on the bowling side, Amshi De Silva's wonderful day was kind of spoiled there. He took 3 wickets for just the 21 runs and 4 overs, and he was amazing.
And I think that might have been the tactical lapse that was made from Kings 11 to not save him to bowl that final over. I rate Obis as a bowler. I think he could bowl that final over, but it's just such a hard position to bowl your left arm spinner against the left-hander in the final over with only 16 runs.
When they were kind of playing with fire, the amount of times they asked that task of Obis this season, this is going to be close. Looks like he's made his ground. And now we're seeing the Stallions running This is when they're at their best. See a nice little Uncle stop by Uncle Najaf.
Yeah, utilized it well, able to get a good throw and get excellent commitment from the New Jersey Stallions, pushing those runs now. Yeah, Patel and Mukamala have really found themselves in a bit of a rhythm. Much better over this. Goes for 7, close of 12, 60 for 3.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
Well, you look at the Nets there, it's going to be the Atlanta Fire. Just warming up with the bat in hand. They'll be in next against the Baltimore Royals, and what really could play decider in this Atlantic Conference Super 8 because of the fact that they both won their games yesterday by hefty margins. So you win tonight, and boy oh boy, it could be a whole nother contest. Both teams only lost to each other in the regular season, so plenty of bad blood on their hands as well.
Yeah, that's true. And those Nets, and there's the grounds crew over there, and there's
Mohamed Mohsin alongside
Mohamed
Mukhtar
Mohsin
Ahmed joining them.
I thought he was the grounds crew for a minute. Mohsin does wear many hats, but that's not one of them yet. Enjoying their seat in the shade, watching the game.
They'll be in the hot seat later tonight. This required run rate slowly but surely, continuously pushing up. The addition of Aman Patel has not led to success with the bat. Only 7 runs for Patel, going at that 50 strike rate. Has to be closer to 100.
It's climbed from 8 to 9.26 since he walked in the middle. He's going to skip down and smash this straight. They're just going to get the 1 thanks to the brilliant fielding effort out there at long off.
What you don't want if you're the Stallions is this to put unnecessary pressure on Mukamala and force him into a shot that he otherwise wouldn't play. You want him to bat 20 overs, but this is exactly the opportunity for the Cavaliers to pounce on.
And he'll just take the single there. As long as they're rotating strike, every ball, that's what you want to do in these middle overs here. Save your wickets. They've already lost 3. They want to get into that 15th over without any more damage. You better believe it. And Sai Mukamala is still in the middle. You have the attempted reverse sweep paddle shot there.
And I just don't get the option. I really don't. That's a packed region. There's 2 fielders inside the ring there. You're not looking to lift it. That's a shot of desperation, not a shot of conviction. And right now you can ill afford to just be willy-nilly with your shot selection.
And because of that, that wasn't a wide the way he turned himself around. Faraj Desai did a great job on that, reading that and adapting, and then there's a single there to end the 13th. Cavaliers had put up 130. The Stallions right now only with 63 with a loss of 3 chasing. Nazar continues. Full to Patel there. He's just going to hold up and just take the 1 run. Unsure of why there wasn't a harder run for the first there.
Well, I think more so it's Mukamala's been kept off strike for the most part of the last 3 overs. So just give him an opportunity to set in and turn over. At least he's the more comfortable of the pairing. That'll help the cause there, Nate.
Yeah, just a free run. Good job by the keeper to keep it from being anything else. But that will help you out. You'll take it every time.
And I also think to that effect also, someone as I was thinking, how am I going to bowl to Simon Kamala? So there's that extra pressure added to a bowler.
And once again, not hard enough on the first run to come back for 2. And that'll put Aman Patel on strike.
But still a productive start to the over. 3 from 2. Again, the required run rate's moving towards 10, but all you need here is 7 or 8.
Good answer there with a dot from Nazar. How good has he been in minor league cricket this season? He's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, top 2 in wickets for the Somerset Cavaliers this season.
That time they ran real hard for the first one, but there was no second one there to be taken. And you're talking 4 balls from 4 deliveries, which, like you said before, you'll take that. Smashed over everyone on the roof of the restrooms there. What a shot from Sai Mukamala.
It's a patented Sai Mukamala shot that it's a real swivel on the back foot, gets there so quickly and almost pulls off the front. And you can see him look away. He knew that was destined to go all the way. A huge release in the pressure, and no better time 6 for New Jersey Stallions.
What a shot there. Nice big thump off the roof. I'm surprised they got that one in so quickly. But Sai will want that ball kept. He's now moved up to 26 from 27 after a necessarily slow start. Nazar try to answer that one. He's got 3 wickets so far in the Super 8s. 1 today, 2 yesterday. He has 18 in the regular season in 9 innings. This is his final ball of his spell today. Sai plays him through the covers very nicely for a single, and that'll end Nazar's day with 31 runs to his name. Just the 1 wicket. He was managed well by Simon Kumala there in his final over. New Jersey Stallions are getting a move on it. 74 with a loss of 3. You can see right there, Amon, that's the Baltimore Royals team waiting to get on the field. They got next.
Yeah, they do. Again, 2 games here at Church Street Park. We love all the action. There's Mohammad Mohsin, Mukhtar Ahmed, Ansh Patel, all around just having a little look at what's going to happen. And join us tonight. Make sure you're here on MLC Network. That will be a mouth-watering affair between those 2 Southern Division sides, and you don't want to miss out. Right now, we've got an absolute gear turner this, because the match we're looking at has just started to heat up a bit. Sai Mukamala is starting to turn into his next gear. And the Somerset Cavaliers, they understand that. 6 overs left, there's 57 runs. At this point, you favor a batting side. Think about last night, 55 from 5, chased down with balls to spare by the Chicago Kingsmen. Not the same batting caliber in terms of depth, but with Mukamala out there, it doesn't feel like a question.
With Mukamala out there, you got to think you're losing this game right now. If you're the Cavaliers, you got to think that you're on the losing end as of right this moment. And all changes if they can get him out. But you do have Jesse Singh in the barn waiting to come in. He's been smashing it around all season. Sai's going to want to get him the distance, though. He lifts this over everybody. What a beautiful shot. 6 runs. So effortless from Saimu Kamala.
Saiteja Mukamala is, as they say, in his bag. This is what he does just so well. He doesn't have to overhit the ball. He times it to perfection, and he makes fielders go every which direction. Just look at this. Hold the pose. It's just a lift. Doesn't do anything else. And when he's in this zone, it's so hard to get him out.
Such a shot. What a tremendously executed shot. If he misses that just a little bit, it's right at the fielder. But he timed it perfectly and middled it. Great effort there in the circle. His desperation is starting to take hold of this Cavaliers squad.
Yeah, Purunjay Yadav, it's his first over of the game. Remember, wouldn't have even played in the Super 8 if not for Rishi Shimpi injuring himself in warm-ups, and so he gets the nod. And he's a good young fast bowler, but a lot of pressure would be upon him. He's got what he wants, though. Aman Patel on strike. 50 runs left for the Stallions.
And that's going to be a wide for certain. Patel offers, but definitely on the other side of that blue line by quite a distance. Easy to see because of the full length there.
And this is your chance, if you're Aman Patel, to get back into this game. Because you have the young bowler, inexperienced, who has really showed his hand a bit. You can just trick with his mind. I would maneuver myself up towards off stump. And from there, dare Purunjay Yadav to make a different move.
Oh, good, well-delivered ball there. Patel he stayed put.
I think you make that too easy on the youngster. Again, Yadav has been brilliant, and he's a quality seamer, one for the future, no question. But if you stand on your stumps and let him deliver, Yadav gets a break. But if you start to move, now you're testing his control and his ability to adjust late.
There's some movement there as it's pulled over to the square side. A good hard throw. Keep this to 1 run, and that brings Saimu Kamala on strike.
And now the over's complete. 9 runs from the over, exactly what's required at this stage. Mukamala can take his single, get off strike, get to the other end without worrying about what needs to happen in this over. He can just plan for the next.
He can also take advantage of any mistake that Yadav makes. And that's close to that wide line. Side did shuffle over a little bit. Looked a bit wide to me. The umpire didn't think so. That's all that matters.
It's teasing that line for sure. There's no question. But Yadav executes that skill brilliantly. He's told Mukamala where he's going to go and still is able to keep it away from him.
Very well bowled. Ooh, that one was excellent. Nice and drifting away from Sai off the pitch. That ends the 15th. Stallions had a good one though, 9 runs. You can see this ball. Look at that. Those are so tough, Aman.
Yeah, I kept leaving him. 83 for 3. Well, you got to come to Church Street Park if you're here. You got the food trucks around. We had the ice cream earlier, and now we've got some tasty halal food.
Let me tell you guys, I can vouch for this place. Aman, we do our weekly show, the Minor League Live show, every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, or as close to 9 as we can.
Taken! That's the end of Aman Patel and Chandrapal Hemraj's first delivery. goes to the birthday boy yet again.
Well, that was a tasty grab. We were talking tasty halal. What a wonderful grab once again from Gajanan Singh. We'll take another look at this. Gaj is all over the place today. He is rolling all around this beautiful carpet here at Church Street Park.
Aman Patel, it's been a painstaking day in the middle. It's 83 for 4. Jesse Singh walks out. It's been his year with the bat for the New Jersey Stallions. Not only has he been top 2 in wickets for the team, but he's top 5 in runs for the team. And it speaks to A, the lack of depth for the Stallions, but B, the maturity in which he's played his cricket this season with the bat in hand.
Oh, he's done it at a strike rate of 176.47 and an average of 30, 180 runs on 102 balls for Jesse Singh, 9 innings batted, 3 not out in the regular season. Now, yesterday he only managed 3 runs. It was a difficult day for everyone, but this is a situation you got to be happy with, I think. If you're the Stallions, you have to be happy, first of all, that Sai Mukamala is out there, but second of all, that you have a partner like Jesse Singh.
And this is a tremendous punt from Najib Shah to get Chandrapal Hemraj in with the ball. Just away. That was in the air and agonizingly close. Both Singh and Mukamala have to understand the weight of the situation. It feels as if one, if not both of them, have to bat for the last 5 overs if the Stallions were to win this ball game. He's just an absolute ball magnet, that man, that 38-year-old.
You know, the great stop from Gaj.
Work for sweeper and calls for 2. Mukamala's off. And quick enough. Exceptionally well done by the young man.
Excellent stuff. And when you look at Sai's, yeah, he was in there real early. If you look at Sai's stats, you wonder about his strike rate, and it looks a little bit low to you, but how many times is he in this situation where he has to see it innings through to the end? It's very common for him.
Nothing required from him but the 100 strike rate. He's got to hold wickets in hand, and again, that's why his international versus his minor league strike rate are so vastly different. Unbelievable. Send it to the food truck, Sai Mukamala.
Well, we were just talking about that food truck, and I'm excited that they're here, but that was an even more exciting 6.
Ridiculous. Look at the movement early. Gets onto the back foot, and it's just a real firing of the hips through the ball. Fielder was there, but had no chance. Yep, low pump fake from Hemraj. This is going to be an absolute barn burner of a finish, I'll tell you what. And a single to close over 16. Mukamala moves into the 40s and retains strike. It's 92 for 4. .38 from the last 4. You have to favor a batting side, but wickets can change that. Puranjay Yadav had a decent first over. Apart from the opening 6, just gave up 3 runs.
Well, that's true. And especially these two wickets could change that. Jesse Singh and Saimu Kamala here in the middle. You don't want anybody else but these two in this situation if you're the Stallions.
Just watch that one sail over everybody else.
Wow. How compact and quick Saimu Kamala is to the ball. Look at this. This is like a Giancarlo Stanton shot right there from the New York Yankees. He just sends this miles. What a blast.
Sensational stuff from number 12 in red and blue. And he's turning it on. We've talked about that strike rate. This is more the international strike rate you're accustomed to seeing, and how he's revolutionized his game. Score moves to 99, and not the only milestone on the mind. Well bowled. Great comeback from Puranjay Yadav.
So far we've seen him give up sixes in the first ball of each of his overs so far. But he has clawed his way back. Shows a lot of maturity for the youngster.
Yeah, never seems phased. Doesn't really feel like he's going through the emotions. That's what you want from your quick. In the gap, and an 8th minor league half century for Saite Jamukamala.
Tremendous innings for Saimu Kamala as he brings this team closer and closer to the chase target. My goodness, he just scores to every region, doesn't he?
First of these Super 8s, his 4th of the season, and he's just gotten better and better and better. Excuse me, make it the 3rd of this season. And 28 left to get for the Stallions. Don't catch that. Can't catch that. That's all the way over everybody.
Well, that's 6.46 here for Saimu Kamala as he's making this game much shorter right now. What a shot. What a smash. He is just so short and quick to the ball. You don't get the idea of how much power there is until you see it sailing through the air.
This man was just at a run a ball in his mid-30s. Now he's 59 off of 40. Ridiculous ball striking that we're seeing. That required run rates all the way down, but the New Jersey Stallions would also know they want to win with margin here. They want to give themselves a chance to get back into a final. That'll help the cause as well.
Yeah, they've dropped this run rate. It was about 10.5, maybe 8 balls ago, and now it's under 6.5 at 6.3. Thanks to Sais Mukamala's display here, going at a run a ball for about 40 runs, or for about 30 anyways.
And remember, because of this night game tonight, we expect that to be a very close contest. So the net run rates of each of those two teams are not going to take a massive jump. The Stallions are hoping to take one of their own and then create a win tomorrow. And then that's the scenario that would get them into their 2nd ever final.
It would be such an impressive accomplishment.
Now they would love it to be the Atlanta Fire that win tonight, because it means they can control their own destiny to an extent. That'll close the 17th over. It's 111 for 4. So just getting a look at that points table, the Atlanta Fire are currently up top with a net run rate of 3.8. Ridiculous. The Baltimore Royals sit in second with a net run rate of 2.5, and the Stallions have a net run rate of negative 2.5. So the big question is, it feels as if whilst the Stallions do play Atlanta tomorrow, they'd actually want Baltimore to win close to push down the Atlanta net run rate, and then need Baltimore to lose tomorrow, and then they would need to beat Atlanta handily then.
Yeah, it's a tough road for them right now. But it all starts here. And Jesse Singh and Sai Mukamala are going to want to end this really quickly to give them any kind of hope heading into tomorrow.
Mukamala's already moved to 60 as Mohamed Ghaus will take the ball for the first time today. See you later. Another one for Mukamala.
He has just gone crazy these last couple of overs here. He's seen everything he's liked.
Yeah, Jesse Singh would have come with that message from the dugout, understanding the situation that they would need to find themselves in to even have a chance to qualify. For good measure, add another to the list.
Just unbelievable from Sai Mukamala. He is capable of changing gears like this. He can bat for any situation and do exactly what's needed. How many times does he have to show this? He has so much patience. Now finally able to fully express himself today. 72 from 44. Incredible. And just a couple of overs ago, at the end of the 15th over, he was 34 from 32. He scored 38 off his last 12.
That one's gone to the Jersey Shore.
Oh my gosh. 3 sixes in a row to start this over. Every one of them, and no doubters. Look at this. Unbelievable stuff.
2 runs left to get. And Mukamala's on 78. 6, 6, 6. And add a 4th to close the game. Sai Mukamala, he's got the Midas touch. He's not Tony Soprano. Everything he touches turns to gold.
One of the most impressive innings I've seen. When you talk about the composure to get there and the ability to go big when it matters. The Stallions win by 6 wickets here with 2.2 overs to spare. Incredible stuff from Sai Mukamala. What an amazing innings.
And this guy has no change in facial expression. He had the wry smile every now and again, but he's cool, he's calm, and he's turned a game that felt like it was going down to the wire into one that's ended in the 18th over. Ridiculous. And he could have had 6 sixes in the over. They just ran out of runs to go get.
They ran out of runs, and I'm telling you what, every one of those sixes were no doubters coming off the bat.
Gudgeman, take size bat. Don't look at Jesse's. Yeah, there you go. He wants to get a piece of size bat. See what's the magic sauce under that one. Because 4 sixes to end it, and take a look at that batting card here for the New Jersey Stallions. 84 unbeaten off of 46. Look no further than Sai Mukamala, who tore apart the bowling of the Somerset Cavaliers and have given the Stallions a chance in these Super 8s.
Absolutely incredible from Sai Mukamala, going from 34 from 32 to 84. Unbelievable stuff. Abdullah Ghazi was tremendous. 2 wickets in 3 overs. Salman Nazar, Chandrabal Amarj added another wicket. But it got pretty expensive at the end as they pounced all over Mohamed Ghaus. And the youngster, Paranjay Yadav, he went expensive as well.
Well, that was all she wrote for match number 1. It was all about those New Jersey Stallions and Sai Mukamala's 84 unbeaten. But don't go anywhere. The Atlantic Conference Super 8s, they don't stop here. There's one more game later tonight at Church Street Park. Join us on MLC Network for it. We'll bring you live coverage all the way through. We thank you for tuning in now, and we can't wait to see you later.